Let's talk about the new Jesus Christ Superstar show that's coming out.
Yes, so it's going to be live at the Hollywood Bowl in the fall.
Dang. Okay, go for it.
It is, so Jesus Christ Superstar, if you know anything about this, I believe it's the last days of Jesus told from the perspective of Judas.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, obviously, that's an interesting take on it. It's not biblical. It's not, I mean, they take moments from the Bible. But they've cast Cynthia Erivo, who is the lady from Wicked, I don't know her name, the green lady in Wicked, to be Jesus.
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. And people are they're going nuts about it. I actually wanted to play a couple videos on it that somebody sent me. Now here's the thing. I went and did some research before we did this.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make sure I was giving the right context. I was confusing Jesus Christ Superstar with The Last Temptation of Christ.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which in The Last Temptation of Christ, they make Jesus homosexual.
Yeah, there's a lot of,
That is not this. Okay? This is
Jesus
different.
Christ Superstar is like, it's a stage show.
Yes, what I'm saying is they're not doing anything where like Jesus is homosexual or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just coming from the point of view of Judas. And a lot of Christians have some issues with it because they felt like it was kind of like poking fun at things. They don't go into the resurrection and stuff like that. But we can talk about that in a minute. I want to pull up some of this stuff that somebody sent me because this is what got me thinking about it. Somebody asked me some questions. And so, let's see. We'll watch this part.
Cynthia Erivo is facing backlash after announcing her first major role since Wicked. In an Instagram story posted on Tuesday, the 18th of February, the actress revealed she will be playing Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl, writing, "Just a little busy this summer, can't wait." The rock opera, written by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, follows Jesus and his disciples during the last week of his life. While some users on social media have called the casting blasphemous, this isn't the first time a woman or a person of color has played the titular role in Jesus Christ Superstar. Erivo previously played Mary Magdalene in an all-female recording of the musical in 2020, with actress Morgan James taking on the role of Jesus, and in 2018, singer John Legend also played the Messiah in a live TV production. Fans also noted that the show has always pushed the boundaries, with one writing, "People need to understand that it's in the fabric of Jesus Christ Superstar to be irreverent. It is campy, it is messy, it is bit crazy, and for good reason." Another added, "If you're mad at this, you do not know anything about Jesus Christ Superstar." Cynthia will be taking on the role as Jesus between August 1st and August 3rd.
So I was so annoyed that they brought up a person of color.
I'm like, in case you don't know, Jesus was not white. He does not look like, you're going to put a picture here. He does not look like this. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And
he doesn't look like that.
I guarantee not a single person was upset because she was black.
No, not at all.
Not a single person was upset because she was black. Now, here's one lady. She's...
If you want to say it's blasphemous, you're welcome to say it's blasphemous. I don't think personally that it is. I'm actually not remotely bothered about it. And I say that as a Catholic. Part of me thinks it's because it's a woman that isn't the same as Jesus, depicting Jesus, rather than it being somebody who couldn't possibly be like Jesus was. Blue-eyed Caucasian Westerner.
What is she saying there?
She's saying she doesn't think it's blasphemous, and she thinks people are upset. I don't know. It was kind of confusing. Either way, I disagreed.
I feel like she had a word salad there.
Yeah, it was pretty, and it didn't taste very good. Now, so there's some people, they're like, "I'm cackling. I'm so happy she got the role because it's
ticking
people off. Thank you. I spent 15 years in Catholic school. I'm aware of the Holy Trinity. However, this isn't blasphemy. This musical has existed for years. Who cares? Just because something's existed for years doesn't mean it's not blasphemy. My Catholic school play. I'm not saying it is. We'll get to that in a second. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, just because it's been there. You're like, suddenly you've reached the 12-year mark. It's no longer blasphemy.
My Catholic school played this musical for us when they were 10 years old. It's art.
Now, you can make the argument that it's art, and art can be subjective, and all that
So
stuff.
that's what I want to get into in just a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Looked like. So a non-binary person. Hold on. I think I skipped something. So why are we all of a sudden upset Jesus doesn't have a headshot? We don't know what he looked like. So a non-binary person playing this role doesn't say blasphemous to me, especially in a stage production of this show. What matters is how well they can sing it, and she can. Here's the thing again. Why? For them to say Jesus doesn't have a headshot, so a non-binary person, this just takes me into the idea of your physical features do have something to do with your gender.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they went, we don't have a headshot, so why can't a non-binary person play it? Anyways.
I feel like you could only make that argument in the last 5 years.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're getting to something here. Now, let's talk about what her thoughts and her faith.
I believe in God, but that sort of upbringing felt really restrictive. It's so rules-based that you sort of miss the most important parts of what that faith is supposed to be about. And I've kind of let a lot of the Roman Catholic side of me go, just so that I could create space for me to form my own understanding of what my faith should encompass. Right now, I'm really clear on the fact that the most important part of my faith is to be as loving and kind to people, to the world around me, not just people, but I have 2 dogs, so I can't take care of them in the most loving way because I want that to come back to me.
Again, another word salad. So her faith is loving people. That's the most important of her faith to her right now.
Yes.
Is loving people and her dogs.
Yes.
So that can come back to her. So there's some karma in there.
I would assume so.
So she believes that there's a God, believes that she'll have good karma if she's loving people, loving other living beings around her. That doesn't sound like she has a relationship with God very much.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. I think we forget that this concept of loving people in this way is a Christian concept.
Yes.
Jesus is the one who promoted this in the way that we have it now. Christianity is what has promoted it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that she's like, this is what it is to me, as if she was able to discover that, when in reality it was put in her by Western culture, which derives its influence from Christianity.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the question.
I don't necessarily think she said anything. I mean, those aren't bad things.
No, not at all.
Those are good things. I just think it sounds like she needs to have a relationship with Jesus still.
Yes. So I guess my thing would be, why does it matter, right? Like, why are people getting upset? Is it blasphemous, right? So first of all, what is blasphemy? Blasphemy is to speak with contempt about God or to be defiantly irreverent.
I feel like it's definitely irreverent.
It is definitely irreverent.
Because, like, she is obviously, she's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
She is homosexual. There's a
non-binary.
Well, I heard she was homosexual.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard she was
all
homosexual.
right, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
But I feel like those are 2 things right there that Jesus wasn't.
Sure.
So this would be like, the Nelson Mandela biopic starring Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
You can't change that.
Right. I mean, this is going to sound controversial. I wouldn't throw the homosexual thing in there, because in the same way that you could have a straight person play a homosexual person.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? But in art, I'm talking about this in form of an art.
Yeah.
But however, it being a woman playing a man, it's like, what do you do now with who he is as a person, how he expressed himself? He is called the Son of God.
Yeah.
So is she playing him as a woman playing a man, or is she Jesus as a woman?
Now, is she going to dress up? Yeah, is she going to have a beard?
That's what I'm wondering.
Is she going full and she's going to look like a dude? Then that's happened before in art, and that's happened.
Yeah.
It'll
I
continue
mean,
to.
men used to play women all the time.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't the first major Peter Pan movie? Peter Pan was a woman.
Yes, because they needed him to have a high voice and all that kind of stuff.
So I guess that's a whole other argument. Like, well, they're going to dress him up. But I feel like in today's climate, and by choosing her and the way things
They are
and
doing
the
it on
hostility
purpose.
towards Christianity, I think it's absolutely on purpose.
Oh, yeah. They're for sure doing it as a way of saying, we don't need to accept Jesus for who he was. We can make Jesus into who we want him to be.
Yeah. Which
That's what I think is actually being said.
And there's a word for doing that, and the word is stupid. Because
Okay.
we know who
Okay.
Jesus is.
Now, here's why I think the irreverence thing and the blasphemy thing really starts hitting. I looked it up. There has never been, I Googled it, there has never been a movie where they portrayed, the actor for Buddha was a woman.
Okay.
There has never been a movie where the actor for Muhammad was a woman. Never.
Dang. Okay.
But they'll do it with Jesus.
that's rotten, man.
You see what I'm saying? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah.
Jesus is the one who has changed all of Western civilization and the world over. And so they're taking the one who is the truth and twisting it to their own desires.
Yep.
They only do this stuff with Jesus.
Yeah. Nobody.
Unless you're South Park. But they only do this stuff with Jesus.
South Park does get away with a lot.
But I'm saying why Christians I think are upset is because they won't do this to Muhammad.
No.
They won't do this to Buddha. Now if they did, I think people wouldn't care too much, but Muslims would go they'd be irate.
They'd go berserk.
And the reason Christians don't, honestly, is because I think they love people, and that's not what Jesus taught us to do.
Yeah.
That's not who Jesus taught us
Which, I
to
mean,
be.
maybe there should be a little more righteous anger about this then.
Maybe,
I mean,
but here,
people now are just, I don't agree with this, and post it on TikTok or,
But
Instagram,
here's my
and that's
next
it.
question: why am I expecting non-Christians to act like Christians?
Yeah, you can't.
Like, why am I expecting them to reverence Jesus when they don't reverence Jesus?
Yeah, I agree.
So if I get mad at you, and I say you need to respect my stuff, it's like, why do I expect you to do that? Now it could be common decency. It could be the fact that they don't do that to anybody else. I'll take that.
Yeah.
But I honestly think it needs to be done. I think there should be a bigger outcry about it in a loving way that says, hey, this is disrespectful to us as Christians.
Absolutely.
And I think we should make sure that with our wallets that we are not promoting it and pushing it. But I think we have too many Christians that have taken on a worldly mindset. And so they try to make the world feel good about Christianity by accepting what the world does.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, don't worry. We're not bigots. We're not this. We like you guys. And the world's like, okay.
Yeah. It's true. I think we've somewhere in the loving all people and being kind to people, somewhere in that, I think we maybe loved them too much, or didn't call out the sin, didn't call out the wrong things, and now we've gotten ourselves maybe in a spot where.
Yeah, I mean, I think
do?
we've just been too complacent in our Christianity.
Yeah, because there is right,
We've
there is
not
wrong
taken
in the
a
Bible.
stand for
Yeah.
anything. So I'm not saying we need to go out and riot or like picket in front of the show. I'm saying that maybe if we were more outspoken in everyday life, we shared the gospel more just in general.
Yeah.
We wore 418 gear. No, I'm just kidding. We're more outspoken in general.
approve 418 gear.
that they would see, oh, these people.
Dude,
I
that's
keep-
the third
I
time
know,
you've done that
I keep
today.
feeling the Holy Spirit.
Woo!
I keep feeling this well. So they don't think we believe what we believe.
He's on fire.
You actually catch me on fire.
He's on fire.
They don't
Yeah.
think we believe what we believe.
Or they don't think that we have strong enough convictions to stand by it. Or,
Yeah. Well, here's one thing that gets me, and I realize that different people's situations are different. People will go, I'm going to ask to get off of work on Sundays, and tell them it's for a religious exemption.
Yeah.
But I don't think we actually honor Sundays in such a way that people believe us when we say it.
Dang. Yeah.
I don't. Because We will do stuff on Sundays. We will skip going to church to, go
To the lake.
To the lake. Not even camping overnight, just to the lake.
Yep.
Right? We will just go, I don't want to go to church today. I'll watch online.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, I need Sundays off or religious exemption. They're like, what are you talking about?
So you can sit on your couch?
Yeah. So here's my point with this. We need to be people who actually stick to our convictions, who actually are walking out what we believe in such a way that everybody knows it, so that when we speak out against something, they go, that's really them.
Yeah. Yep.
They're not just making this up.
Yeah, I think we need to not be, I think we're afraid to offend. And because maybe somehow offending someone isn't loving them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, if you love someone, you're going to tell them the truth.
Exactly.
So we need to be able to say that without being worried
Yeah.
of what? Fear of reprisals or something.
Yeah, so hopefully that gives you some insight into this Jesus Christ Superstar, maybe some perspective to get to think about it. Biblically, I would say Jesus calls us to love our enemies.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said to love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. But also, he says, listen, he says to take up your cross and follow me.
Yeah.
Are we taking up our cross and actually follow him in such a way that people go, they're really a Jesus disciple?
Yeah.
They really follow Jesus. Hey, we are going to go into our premium content. We're going to be talking about men and women's sports. And of course, we have our premium sword that now must come out.
Every time.
Every time.
Is it visible?
Yeah. Excellent. You can do that the whole time.
Okay.
But thanks for watching. Go ahead, hit like, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on the 418 app, make sure you have the premium subscription so you can watch the rest of this episode. We're about to get into it. All right. I'm excited about this part.
Is
So-
this the men and women's sports thing?
Yes.
Men shouldn't be in women's sports. You want to know why?
Why?
Because men are extremely biologically and physiologically different than women. Typically, men are dramatically stronger than women, which would give you an advantage in sports. The end.
Well, that was very oppressive and not inclusive.
Yes.